Welcome to another of these DC animated movies, and today we're doing one from 2009, Green Lantern, First Flight, aka probably one of the I don't know, five features that have Green Lantern's name on it.
Would it shock you to actually tell you that there was a Bruce Timm animated Green Lantern animated
How
series?
long did that last?
It was done after this movie, but Bruce Timm is actually a producer for this one. Apparently, there can't be a DC animated product without him sticking his nose too much. I guess
I mean, I guess
for the better or the worse.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, he gave us a lot of grades like the DCAU. It's not like he could fall from grace terribly and in an embarrassing fashion.
Well, Drova,
Coming.
just a side note, I'll mention this more in detail when we get to it. But apparently, the added segment in The Killing Joke seems to be a culmination of his decades of trying to ship in Batgirl with Batman. But we're not here for talking about Batman like every other DC product will try to do. We're talking about Green Lantern, specifically the second official member of Green Lantern introduced on Earth, Hal Jordan.
The quote-unquote most iconic Green Lantern, as the producers say.
To me, Hal Jordan sounds like some inventor, but whatever.
Honestly, if
there
you ask
is a
me,
logic in that, Dweebs. If you don't remember, the Green Lantern power is based on two things: willpower and creativity. If you exceed in both of them, you're perfectly good to go because you can create constructs that are difficult to break. The trick is that some members of the Green Lantern exceed in one but lack another. So there is the balance result. But anyway, more technical details later. So let's start before the Dweebs.
Logo. I don't know which one it is.
The Warner Premiere logo.
Yeah, that one. Thank you. Alright, 3, 2, 1, click.
So, yes, folks, a few years ago, you'll recall we commented on the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie. Needless to say, that was not the best way to introduce the franchise to Dwayne.
I guess it can be a guilty pleasure to me because I'm like a lot of people, I actually don't. I don't think the CGI costume was that atrocious, but unfortunately, it was still a very rushed way to introduce the mythos of Green Lantern in general.
And the CGI was the least of that movie's problems.
But anyway, while we don't know the budget, it did add a grossing of $8,122,000.
Which was considered a success, considering, the caliber of this movie.
Anyway, Hal in this movie is voiced by Christopher Meloni.
I thought there was Wonder Woman for a second.
No.
Nah. That's Carol Ferris.
Let's see what else he did. This guy.
Yeah, it's like I said before in other of these direct to DVD DC films. If these are really only made for comic book fans, the average Joe like me probably won't even know half these characters.
Actually, Dweebs,
someone just said their name to you.
Most of these movies are actually made for you, Dweebs.
Yeah. Actually, Dweebs, it's the contrary. These movies are made for people like you. Basically, they're movie adaptations of famous comic book storylines.
In this case, again, Hal Jordan got the powers of Green Lantern.
Well, Green Lantern's dead.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Basically, Dweebs, as I mentioned in Superman and Batman Public Enemies, these movies definitely simplify a lot of these storylines, and they don't often act like they're part of the storylines like the actual comic books were, too.
For a second, this hand mostly looked like he was Dr. Claw.
Because you don't know, Christopher Meloni apparently was a prominent character in Law and Order, apparently.
Well, snap.
Actor, you mean?
Yeah.
Character.
He had a prominent role, that's what he meant. Apparently he's gonna voice Commissioner Gordon in the Harley Quinn animated series, the upcoming one.
Which is looking pretty interesting.
I haven't seen any trailers for that one, though. Is that on
I've seen
DC
one.
Universe?
No, it's its own thing.
Is it going on that DC streaming service over in America?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, if that's the case, it's probably going to come to Netflix round here, since that's what they're putting Titans on.
So yeah, Hal Jordan, being an American pilot, finds, just like in the movie, because that was the movie was trying to convey, a dying member of the Green Lantern Corps, a Sur, which is voiced by Richard McGonagall.
Basically, the Ring is a translator of
Richard
sorts.
McGonagall? I think I heard that name before. Could
He
you...
was, let me check. It was in Samurai Jack. He seems to be a very prominent voice actor, but let me give you a link.
Games?
A lot, actually. Let's see. He was in...
Wow, I do believe they're making Green Lantern the new Sailor Moon.
Oh, he's a Sully's voice actor from Uncharted. That's why I remember him.
Enjoy the new
Congratulations.
wardrobe.
Enjoy it while you can. This is the most financially successful solo thing you'll ever be in. And it will derail his actor's big budget film career for like 5 years.
And it will kill an entire universe before it could be made.
Whoa, what a weird... give a second, Warner Bros. That explosion looked very Disney.
Whoa, we're suddenly from the
Okay,
Dragon
so-
Ball Z setting.
Yeah.
Exploded and made a crater. What is this? Death Stranding?
Because in contact with a BT.
Warner Brothers Animation
There you go.
presents.
Let me check instead the main rest of the cast. The director officially is Lauren Montgomery.
I think she's done some episodes of Avatar.
It doesn't say a
I
lot.
recognise Trisha Helfer. She was in Battlestar Galactica.
How fitting, she's in another space epic with this movie.
We also have Michael Madsen, John LaRoquette, Kurtwood Smith, Larry Drake, William Shallerton, Malaki,
It did
Petro,
sound
Olivia
like that at
Dalbo,
first.
Richard Green, Juliette Landau, David Lander, Rob Paulson, who is in a cameo,
Ooh.
and Bruce Timm also has a cameo here.
Nice.
But Lauren Montgomery, she has been responsible also for the art department for Voltron in Young Justice, Legion of Superheroes, and other stuff.
All good stuff from what I've heard. So who's doing the music for this one?
I thought this was based off. I thought this was based off Malibu comics.
Robert J. Krall. He
Oh,
composed also for
nice.
Superman Doomsday and later on Batman Assault on Arkham.
Also, the voice director for this is Andrea
I
Romania.
think she's recently retired.
Yeah, she's been around since like the Batman animated series days.
I think she did Avatar as well. I think.
The Last Airbender.
No, the James Cameron. Yeah, I mean the Last Airbender.
Also, this movie, similar also to the live-action movie, came out at the perfect time because in comic book-wise, Green Lantern had sort of resurgence in it.
Yeah, this was
quite
around the
courtesy
time Hal
to
was
Geoff
brought back
Johns.
from being paralyzed.
Not just that, in general, the mythos was revamped, again, Geoff Johns, and started writing also about the other Lantern Corps from Colors.
Yeah, Geoff Johns is usually one of the better comic book writers. He's actually the guy who helped the DC live-action universe get off its
He's
rear
currently
end.
helping it right now.
That too.
One? TV or film?
The DC Extended
Film.
Universe.
He's also the one who got the New 52 to end, much to the fans' rejoicing.
It's not the DC cinematic one then.
Yes. He is helping out with the DC Cinematic Universe.
Oh, okay.
He's part of the reason why we're getting better movies these days.
So what happened with Aquaman then?
Oh, well, that's
Your
just because
perception
you don't...
of it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, the public consensus, Aquaman's a great movie. Heck, I myself really enjoyed it.
I am legitimately glad people like the movie. I just didn't.
Yeah. I'll just say this.
But
the
anyway,
DCC
some time has passed from that. Again, just like in an interview, we had the origin story condensed for the intro, which is for the best. One thing that the live action movie did was wasting too much time.
This is admittedly an advantage that the animated movies have, like, because they're not exactly held to Hollywood standards, they actually have an ability to think outside the box here. Like, normally you'd think, oh, we got to see every little step of what happened after that, but no, we get to see a time skipped, and he's apparently learning some stuff with his powers, but he's not the master just yet.
Unfortunately, the other members of the Green Lantern Corps have arrived. They're not very happy that their ex-compatriot is dead and someone else is using his ring.
Well, that's not his fault. You were chosen.
That's what you were trying to do here, is trying to explain.
Oh,
Sinestro.
This is... Yeah, remember...
Played by Victor Garber. Totally not a villain.
I mean, that is the thing about Sinestro. He does start off as actually a rather valiant hero.
To be fair, even when he becomes eventually a bad guy, he's convinced of being a well-intentioned extremist. He just a tad bit of an ego.
Yeah. Like, that's one thing I can respect about Sinestro. Despite the fact that he has such an obvious name, he can actually be a charismatic guy. I don't want to say the Doctor Doom, but he's probably one of the closer examples to, like, the idea of morality.
Pretty much. In one of the first stories of revamped Hal Jordan, well, not the 2007, but the Silver Age, Bronze Age, I think, stories, he gets Hal and shows it how in his origin plan he used the power of ring to essentially create his utopistic city, but it's instead pretty much a dictatorship.
When you imagine a plane into existence, you have to be really technical, otherwise it ain't gonna fly.
Once again, Dweebs, it's all about your imagination, and if you have a strong enough willpower, you can do anything.
So
that's unfortunately one of the reasons.
So basically, a bad guy who got his hands on the powers can just imagine a nuke can blow up the world.
It's not always that easy. I mean, he can definitely imagine a nuke of some sorts, but it takes the thing of maintaining it for long enough.
You also have to understand that these rings are not magic-based, but technology still. So they do have their own limits as well.
Yep, they can run out of juice, and depending on the amount of power used, they can wear out quicker.
Yeah. The Guardians of the Universe.
I wonder if this is how they pitched the upcoming Green Lantern Corps movie.
I suppose. Anyway, these are the Guardians of the Universe. Mostly...
They're the council who don't listen and are just, this is most unorthodox.
Sorta. Here's the thing, Dweebs. They're a bit more understandable, but they're still a bunch of pompous dicks who thinks they're better than everything else, but they get proven wrong constantly.
Yeah.
You know, Council, this kind of hubris is what got Krypton blown up.
Sorry. Well, he's not wrong. What is this? The universe with All-Star Batman and Robin takes place? No, please.
Oh my god, a Guardian who actually realizes that maybe we can help them.
If you didn't have that mustache, I wonder if Foyer's going to be a villain.
Sinestro lacks subtlety, Dweebs.
That's another thing, the name, Sinestro, that sounds kind of villainous to me.
Believe me, it has been lampshaded constantly.
Give me the council or I'll fucking kill you. Sorry. Sorry, I have to do that every 5 minutes.
See, guys, he's just nice. It's another Tuesday for you. Okay, to be fair, there is the theme that the Green Lantern Corps acts as sort of a police force for universe. That's why also each Green Lantern is assigned to a quadrant of the galaxy.
Since you have failed, we are using our eye powers to zap you.
Well, I think one thing I appreciate about this movie is that it balances out the Guardians in the sense where, yeah, some of them are more pompous than others, but at least we have some nicer ones to balance it out.
Yeah, I get what they were doing. They were like talking inside each other's heads for decision.
Oh, snap. Okay, then. Make sure not to drop the soap around that guy.
Yeah, just another, Wednesday.
Sinestro is gonna take over, and he uncovers his true evil nature.
And knowing how this works, it'll probably be Atrocious of the Red Lantern Corps or Avarice of the Orange Lantern Corps.
You mean? Nah. Darfleeze is too busy just doing whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't have ambition of conquest, just possession. It's a bit different.
True. Until he starts to set his sights on the entire galaxy as his own. But then again, he often seems content to just linger up in the galaxy.
It can also happen that not too much after his creation, a lot of events, event comics happen that kept him busy in a way, one way or the other.
One thing I wish was made available were like Blu-ray or DVD box sets of these films, so you'd have to just keep getting them one at a time.
Weird that Warner Bros. Never bothered to do one.
I think they have done a few.
The TV audio.
Yes.
The TV audio isn't coming through the mic, is it?
No.
No. Again, Droobs, what you know if it does.
Oh no, poor Ali suffering PTSD.
I wonder if he's getting the entire knowledge of the universe beamed into his head.
He died.
No, Jova, that clearly is not New Gods technology. I'm snooty.
This actually is a nice start, though. Hal's first mentor is what is going to be eventually his own worst enemy. That's actually a nice backstory to have, Uncle. It changes stuff up, like Superman. Ironically, in some incarnations, Lex Luthor used to be his best friend. Batman, well, he didn't know Joker. Here, it's actually a nice thing where the hero's worst enemy is someone who they actually used to respect, but as their superior rather than on equal footing.
You'll never find a more wretched hive of skulls and villainy.
Okay.
So yeah, the first order of business is to go after the guy who killed Abin Sur.
Cool, she's played by Richard Green, by the way.
Another thing this movie does better than the live-action movie is that we get to spend more time out in space and the mystical elements and all the different worlds.
Which is what the stories about Green Lantern are ultimately about, to expand the DC universe into its space. That's also the sad things. I can still potentially see Ryan Reynolds as a good Hal Jordan. It's just that circumstances were, unfortunate against him.
Let me put it like this: I can deal with earthly antics. It's just that they didn't have much interesting stuff going on Earth. Like I say, I think about that movie was the Hot Wheels promotion, where he makes a Hot Wheels car to save a helicopter.
Is this like Mos Eisley?
Ooh, hello there. It's the bar's favorite song.
Yeah, discordant noise.
I don't think
Where's
they like you.
I forgot that woman who was in the Star Wars Christmas special.
Played by B. Arthur.
There you go. Where's B. Arthur when you need her? Okay, let me check. Lavella, Juliet Landau. Oh, she was supporting slash villainous character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Huh, cute.
Also, she was someone in Ben 10. All the irony.
Aliens and all that.
Oh, she voiced the little sisters in the Bioshock games.
Ah.
Wait, what? 1, 2, 1 and 2?
All of them.
Oh, even Infinite.
That included them. All the games included them.
So what's with this? What's with this giant pink bubblegum bubble then?
Well, it's something that Sinestro needs, or is to give.
Yeah, so it's an needs. He needs to blow up the universe. I mean,
Uh-uh.
people.
Something that seems to get everyone's attention.
Well, a pink glowing ball. I think that might get a lot of people's attention.
Maybe it's an artifact from the Indigo tribe, Java.
Or the Sapphire.
Yeah, that's more Star Sapphires.
Yeah, the
Definitely.
Indigo tribe are more about compassion.
Yeah, the Star Sapphires instead about. There's the thing with, like I mentioned before about the different colors. There's the one made that is called Star Sapphire, with a violet, I think. Their stick is about love. But let's just say that their definition of love is very open.
Canonically, what's considered the most powerful of the Corps are the Blue Lantern Corps, which are fueled by bravery.
It's a torture ball.
Yeah. Yeah, this is to showcase that Sinestro doesn't have that much patience in treating the cases.
Gee, I would never have got that from looking at them.
With a name like that and all.
Tell me or I'll fucking kill you.
Where's she? He did I got love how he did the Arnold piece grinding pose. Bye.
Ha!
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh shit.
There's the guy.
And he goes away, so bye. Yeah, you're on your own, Hal.
And Sinestro's lost his precious torture ball.
He didn't seem too broken up about it.
We're pretty angry at Hal.
So Hal, are you gonna do something?
Oh, snap.
Now that's just rude.
Well, Green Lantern's...
And Hal Jordan is dead.
No wonder there's so many Green Lanterns running around. They keep dying every 5 minutes.
You'd be
You're
surprised,
joking, but
for
it's kind of what
die
happens,
a lot,
actually.
yeah.
It's like Defense Against the Dark Arts, but you get Green Lantern is freaking cursed.
Well, Hal, nice
Great,
first
the
day on the
sewer.
job, huh?
Fantastic.
Yeah. You broke one of your master's favourite toys. You nearly died 60 times.
And now you're in the sewer. Better not tell the other leaguers about this. Of course, the usual marketplace chase.
At least it's not San Francisco.
Yeah.
I even forgot, what was the city where Hal was operating? Oh, it was Keystone, of course, because I forgot about that. Basically, Dweebs, in case you forgot or don't know, Hal Jordan is one of those heroes that operate on his own fictional city, similar to Batman, but Batman has Gotham.
A lot, make-up cities.
Yeah. Flash
Which
also
is
has
funny
its one Star. Actually, no, it's Green Arrow that has its one Star City.
Marvel's normally the kind that base their
Ooh.
stuff in real cities.
Found him! How ironic. He tried to get away in the sewer, but that's where Hal was. My lucky day.
Yeah, but the other is what you said is true. Marvel tends to operate instead of just the classic cities of America.
Whoop. Down the toilet.
So Hal, how many showers will you need after this?
He got he
got the chair! My God!
Let me guess, they need him alive for interrogating and...
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I suppose you didn't crush him to death.
Not bad.
Oh, Space Dog.
Aw. Drill!
Boom, 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 boom.
Not bad, rookie. Oh.
Sinestro, that's not what the green represents, you know.
Yeah. This is an important thing to remember about Sinestro. While he is technically a villain, he technically does have good intentions. He
Not to
just has...
mention, he's absolutely right. Again, the Guardians of the Universe are so pompous that in how they help to shaping up the DC universe, they decide to make it flawed on purpose.
And don't even get me started on the new Guardians. Holy cow, the new Guardians.
Why is he arguing the bad guy could have escaped?
No, I was unconscious enough.
Rocket Raccoon, what are you doing here?
It's a squirrel, Dweebs. You're getting your rodents confused. Believe it or not, Dweebs, there's an entire planet that is a Green Lantern. Oh.
Alright.
Anyway, that girl was
the rest of your species.
that girl was Boudica, voiced by Trisha Helfer.
Yeah, Battlestar. She was also in
Yo.
Command and Conquer 3.
Ouch. Everybody stare at the
We're
new
really
guy.
doing the whole, she's sitting at his table. Come on. Unlike Hal, because of when he actually went cool, nobody, even more people started disliking him, and as soon as Kyle Rayner took over, everyone loved him, including me.
Oh yeah, there was also that thing that Hal Jordan sort of killed a lot of Green Lantern members too.
Just to get their rings. I think that I will recon in some way.
Think of us like the Guardians of the Galaxy. This galaxy.
Yeah, and then she gets elbowed. We can't say that, Marvel will sue us.
Time for backstory. Also, Hal, now you're pregnant.
I thought the space station was gonna blow up because of all the power.
There you go. The Guardians of the Universe built the Lantern battery core, which give these absolute powers to the ring bearer.
See, this is the thing I really like about these DC animated movies. They're able to have a lot of action, but they're also able to convey exposition in the right kind of way that you should for a superhero movie. They tell us what we need to know and show it.
The only stupid thing, the only weakness of Green Lantern call, the color yellow.
I guess it's better than Alan Scott, whose weakness was wood.
So
no, seriously, for the very...
So basically all you have to do to defeat it is just grab a yellow traffic light.
Believe me, it gets even stupid in All-Star Batman and Robin, where Bruce Wayne just paints an entire room in yellow and traps Hal Jordan in it.
And drinks lemonade while doing so.
Damn you and your lemonade.
The color yellow, it kind of makes sense. I was yellow house at my school, so I would have killed them.
So yeah, the guy we captured was working for the bad guy.
Uh-huh.
A weird deformed Squidward.
And it was because of him that Abensor eventually bled out and was unfortunately killed in the process.
This is also why Abensor was using a spaceship to get to Earth instead of, using his normal, flight powers.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, we're only 27 minutes in, and already we've gotten pretty much all we need to know, while also getting some good action all the way. Pretty good pacing.
If this was
I guess this creates a bit of the other polar opposite problem, the fact that Hal just has abandoned for now his life on Earth.
If this was the movie we did yesterday, we'd probably be halfway through our third battle right now.
Right, for context, folks, the movie we did yesterday was Jonah Hex, a live-action movie released in theaters that is only 4 minutes longer than this direct-to-video animated movie.
I guess I'll just make them public one day after the other for these two.
Yeah.
Well, it's DC, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, have you done your evil laughter today?
Actually, Sinestro, that's a good time. How does time operate here? That face, where you handsome Squidward.
That's the thing about these DC animated movies. They're pretty good with showcasing some meme-worthy faces. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, even the Guardians are saying, okay, Sinestro, chill out. Oh boy, Kanjaro.
Keep that in mind.
He is one of the D ads.
Like we said in the exposition, he has found. Like we said in exposition, he has found the yellow element, which makes him a threat to the Green Lanterns.
Think of Kanjaro as like DC's equivalent to Kang the Conqueror.
Well, I guess he doesn't operate on a time basis. But...
Well, I meant in terms of threat level, but
yeah.
He's not quite the Darkseid or Thanos, but he's a pretty bad guy.
Yeah.
Although, funnily enough, in the Justice League animated series, he's shown as much more pathetic and just a common thief.
Your comrade, and then there's just being arseholes.
Dicks, yeah.
They're really taking that loss hard, I see. So, where to next?
Coruscant.
Unless you're who we're looking for. In which case, I'll kill you all, and I'll interrogate you. Because that's the problem. Sinestro, by concept, is such an obvious bad guy. It's baffling as to how no one's figured it out. His cruel techniques, his in being angry really easily.
Okay, to their credit, as far as I know, Sinestro is technically a decorated hero of sorts. He's just become more extreme lately.
And considering it has a meaningful name only for, Earth, and you can argue that you're using alien logic, where it just, it's just fine.
The ancient one.
Astral projection is actually a common thing. I'm here, not now. Oh, what the? Oh, ho, ho, what a surprise. So, yeah, turns out, what a twist, turns out Sinestro might be actually evil.
No, I couldn't tell that.
It's the biggest surprise since we discovered Lex Luthor was bald.
It's so funny the fact
this guy's other name Mr. Sinister or something.
It's so funny that for the live action movie it took until the Stinger to have Sinestro actually being evil.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted to subvert expectations.
Or just preparing for the sequel, similar to how Doctor Strange is doing things.
That's sure to happen sequel.
It's in the same place that the Sure to Happen Last Airbender sequel is.
Totes.
Yeah, he's so bored he's playing freaking yo-yo.
Well, again, lives creativity.
Comedy! Who wrote this film?
Two people, Alan Burnett and Michael Allen. Let me check if IMDb tells me something. Writing, IMDb credits only gives a page only for Alan Burnett, so let me check what he did. Oh, he was a producer for Batman Beyond, The Batman, the 2004-2008 series, the Superman animated series, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, the Justice League action TV series.
Ooh.
A lot of Scooby-Doo movies.
He's a
got a good
guy.
resume.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, he's been working since 1989. Oh, its first work for DC was for Mask of the Phantasm as a co-producer, but before that, he worked on 4 episodes of DuckTales.
Oh.
What else? Witcheroo.
Oh, great! Invisible Enemies, my favorite.
We're saving these. With these, we're saving the animation. Sorry, Jojo.
How can you fight what you can't see, Hal Jordan?
Well, improvise.
Oh, I'll give credit to where credit is due. This incarnation of Hal Jordan is definitely very clever when it comes to outside thinking.
Again, well, when it comes to, like I said, the two major components of Green Lantern, Hal Jordan is sort of balanced. He doesn't exceed in any of the particular categories. It's more,
maybe that's why it's considered the most iconic, I guess. Although I still kind of prefer.
I suppose Kyle Rayner exceeds in creativity, being an artist and all, but is a very shitty willpower. His constructs goes down immediately. Guy Gardner has the opposite. He has the mind of a watermelon, but he's stubborn as fuck. So whenever he creates something, you cannot break it.
And Jon Stewart, honestly,
I feel it's just as balanced as Al.
Yeah.
Shit. Boot to the head.
Squash them like a bug. Wow! Yeah. Oh, now you want someone alive.
He doesn't trust himself to do it. He just has his mates do it.
Excuse me. Shit.
Well, dang. That's going to take some of them off their tails, considering the destruction that's going to cause.
Yeah. You know, that just proves that space airport security doesn't come hard enough.
Dang, maybe they can learn something from us humans.
I'm not even sure they're the bad guys. They just killed the guards for their incompetence.
Well, that's a harsh way, Dwebs.
But yeah, it's also, as you can see, more. This also is one of the DC products where a lot more people actually die on screen.
And hey, props to the heroes, right?
You get stuff in these with minor characters occasionally here and there on, like, say, Batman or Superman, not so much. But here they have sort of an excuse to do so, considering how big the universe is. That's kind of, again, the problem with Green Lantern. It's a bit more serious, but it's kind of pretty much the equivalent, the DC equivalent of the Guardians of the Galaxies for Marvel.
Like, it's out there, but we don't always focus on it.
And it's basically space opera goofing around in different planets and all.
Which is why we could use all the incarnations of Green Lantern that we can.
It's a shame that the live-action movies hasn't got that yet until this point.
That's sort of the thing. It's like, well, Green Lantern in the Justice League cartoon, that was great with Jon Stewart. Green Lantern, the animated series, that could have been better, but it was pretty good. Unfortunately, it fell on some marketing issues here and there, and the fact that it was dealing with the fallout of the live-action movie.
Yeah.
The only thing Green Lantern that really screwed the pooch was, shock of all shocks, the live-action movie, which was, unfortunately, that's often your biggest ploy to get people interested in a franchise.
That was the idea to begin with. So.
Heck, that thing was going to start off a whole new DC cinematic universe. It was so bad, it killed it.
They had to wait another 2 years to start it again.
With Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And
And despite its problems, I'd say Man of Steel is technically a better movie than Green Lantern. Oh, by the way, apparently Henry Cavill is still on board as Superman
Yeah, I
despite
saw the news the other
many
day.
changes going on with the DC Cinematic Universe.
I was
Yet
discussing
apparently-
this yesterday with Dweebs, so I guess that means that the Flash supposed plans for a Flashpoint style reboot are getting busted unless it's side stuff or Batman. But whatever, talking for another time.
Right.
See, now we're gonna trust it, Dweebs.
And thankfully, it didn't take us too long to get to that point. That looked like it hurt.
Who was that girl?
Just a cameo.
Unfortunately, I don't remember the names of all the Green Lantern members.
She's a Green Lantern person.
She's a Green Lantern, yeah, that's all you need to know.
Well said, Kilowog. Sadly not played by Michael Clark Duncan this time, but I digress.
Okay, she's Arisia, played by Kev Susi.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Butch of Recess.
Whoop.
Come on, Hal.
He's still hanging on, bless his heart. We'll just have to take him out from the inside. Seriously, what do I pay you for?
You don't pay me, sir.
Well, maybe I'll start after you deal with him.
What if I die?
This is the space
Consider
police.
that the ultimate pay
Please
cut.
do not resist. Yeah, that was telegraphed.
Something randomly gets you.
Hal, just be glad you're not fighting the Reach. Those actually have some measures against the rings.
Don't worry, Hal. Just imagine a giant mallet.
Dang, is that enough
can actually
DACA?
work, Dweebs. It's never enough with Pedro.
I guess so. Gotta love that force field.
Yeah, that's aside from a generic shield they can do occasionally. The Green Lantern aura is essentially what allows them to breathe in space and fly anywhere and gives a basic protection against impact.
It's what allows them to take a few punches to you from some of the more powerful beings.
If it's something a bit more, powerful as a blow, they need the bubble shield.
Hey, you ever seen Aliens?
Alien Resurrection. It's practically identical.
Dang.
In Red Dwarf, when that happened, the guy was just stuck there.
What was the rating for this movie again?
I'm guessing PG-13.
Red Dwarf's a sci-fi sitcom. This is a
Oof.
This isn't.
Yeah, no one's gonna notice you, Hal. Come on.
That is one thing with these DC animated flicks. They can definitely push the envelope with how graphic they can get.
By the way, I set the ship to self-destruct before I left.
Oh, or maybe not. I do love that cloaking technology. Or is that just a part of our species' power set? Whatever, I love it.
The power of yellow, motherfucker. Or orange.
Yeah, that's yeah, no, sorry. Yes, well, shut up.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
So what did we tell you earlier? No killing.
Nothing personal.
I just leaped on the ring, I'm sorry.
I love that face he gives.
Oh, and yeah, and he's implicating Hal because of it.
Dang.
Gee, it's a good thing that in the comics this never happens again. All right, Final Crisis. No kidding. Most of the event of Final Crisis is spent with Hal being implicated for a murder he never committed. Poor bastard.
Huh. You know, Justice League actually did an adaptation of that, but with Jon Stewart instead. Except he was accused of killing an entire world. How valiant. Aw, and look at that. Sinestro's here to defend Hal.
See, he could have easily just fully implicated him.
I'll give him this. He may not be subtle, but he definitely is a clever thinker. Like, any typical villain would have just gone against him, but hey, what better way to keep suspicion off of him? Ooh.
Oops. Bad choice of words, Hal. So, fuck off.
Funny, because Kilowog goes on to be one of Hal's best friends.
Funny how it works, huh?
Yeah.
By the way, Hal, you're banished into space.
Can't you just send me home?
It's sadly what happens to Kyle Rayner in the Injustice universe. Jesus Christ, how I
You'll
hate
tell
that.
Wait,
everyone
Kyle
how
Rayner
shit-
was in the Injustice universe?
In the
Why is it
comic
time-
version of
I
it,
got it.
Sinestro kills him by stripping off his ring in the middle of space. So stupid
No,
as a
Jova, I
thing.
got it, Jova. If you go back to Earth and tell everyone how shit we are, no one will trust us.
Do you even have a guardian for Earth?
And he's still not allowed to go back to Earth.
Dang, that ain't right.
Oh, now he can. Fuck you.
You sound so sincere.
Kilowog is in Utanoi's voice by Michael Madsen.
Oh yeah, he was in Die Another Day and that Uber Bowl film.
Which one?
Blood Rain?
Oh, jeez. Oh, I was also in The Hateful Eight.
Oh, that's a good movie. Ha!
Does the ship have
No shit.
security camera footage?
Apparently
Yeah, this
not.
place?
The one where Sinestro killed, what's his name?
Oh, no. Besides, I mean, that was a ship that they just stole, so it wouldn't necessarily have camera footage.
Shush.
Huh. Yeah, if Kantaro's dead, you can't use the rod. Guess it's time to do a little bit of detective work.
And then Sinestro activates the self-destruct mechanism, and he's like, I am sorry, Council. Hal Jordan accidentally slipped on the self-destruct button.
Knowing Sinestro, he could probably pull that off. So, Sinestro, feel like playing God with someone's life today?
Also, if you're planning on reviving the corpse of Sinestro, I'm sorry, it's the orange lantern core that allows you to reanimate people's constructs.
Ironic, isn't it? Oh my god, we're looking at another movie where a guy can revive people from the dead. Temporarily, too.
Yeah, even more of a perfect link between this and Jonah Hex. corn.
Or
Ah.
Treasure Planet. Well, not as much.
Oh my god, it does look like Treasure Planet. Oop! You're busted. Okay, that was a
No,
pretty
I
good
was
one.
talking to an old pizza friend colleague of mine.
Your pizza out in space?
Yes.
Wow, he's not even trying to hide it anymore.
Oh, he's got a bargaining chip. I love how he says it so nonchalantly, like, yes, I've lied to everyone. I have to do it for the better of your race, even though you probably wouldn't be able to appreciate that, plebs. Oh, snap. Cute.
I love how he completely passes from nonchalant to just join me, please.
I guess it's one way to try and fool him. I mean, I'll give... Oh!
What?
Okay, not gonna lie, I did not see that one coming. Huh, that's actually clever thinking. So Sinestro had a man on the inside, and of
Yeah.
course it was the one other person who was nice to Hal. Okay, that's actually pretty clever, not gonna lie.
Well, how's the Green Lantern Corps functioned with all this treachery?
Well,
That's
needless to
precisely
say,
the
Dwibs, the
point.
Guardians aren't exactly the best leaders.
Though, keep in mind that this is radically different from how she is in the comics.
Oh.
Al.
So how is she in the comics?
She's just a normal Green Lantern. I don't remember how much that happens to her.
Yeah, I guess this helps question this out
So
some more.
yeah, now you're suffocating in the body bag. Again, this movie is not for your average. That even for the standards of the DC canon, the animated canon is fucked up.
Yeah.
All
Oh!
the sudden shots in this show. I got the zap.
It's like in the Aquaman. It's like in the Aquaman live action movie. Where everything gets interacted like explosions.
Yeah, that didn't get tiring at all, did it?
Thank God Hal Jordan's acrobatic.
It's weird because he's supposed to be a pilot. They do not get that much of physical training.
Depends. Ha!
Boop.
Fooled you!
Oh shit.
No! Yellow!
Oh yeah, that's right. Yellow's your weakness, bitch. Oh snap!
Hello.
Oh.
And she dies.
Well, that's what happens when you get blown back onto this or that. Oh, and look at that, her ring falls off.
What if someone just randomly catches the ring or something?
Whoop! And neatly comes off.
Jesus Christ. How many more of these?
Wait, it's not what you guys think. Now, no, there's no way you guys are gonna blame poor Hal for this. The guy didn't even have a ring on.
Well, they can say he tried to
You were
steal one, I
holding the
guess.
ring in your hand.
Actually, I guess technically he is responsible for Boudica's death.
Yeah, technically.
Hey, stranger, you come here often?
An entire planet that is brown. What is this, Call of Duty land? Now that's rude. Hmm. There we go.
Let's see what we got. Huh. What a nice guy. Makes sense. It's a late policy, so if you're late, now the weapon is anyone's to take.
Hmm.
So I guess the moral of the story is don't be late. Same to you. And looky here, the yellow element.
Of fear.
A yellow ring.
I want it returned in pristine order.
Then here we go.
Let me guess, if you mix green with yellow, you get...
No. This is the official transfer. Yeah, he removed his green ring. And now he officially becomes the very first Yellow Lantern, which the Corps takes his name of, the Sinestro Corps.
I thought, what happens if you put green and yellow on at the same time?
Unless you're a very powerful entity, you cause basically an energy reaction.
Yeah.
Bye.
Use it
That
wisely.
was Tim doing the voice.
Think so. Yeah, it is. It's him.
We don't get to hear him speak often, do we?
No, it's just a cameo.
Yeah.
But we don't tell you.
Yes. The
Don't
yellow
overuse
lantern.
it. Of course.
Of course, Tia, why don't we tell the audience what the Yellow Lanterns is?
Like I said,
weaknesses?
fear. And Sinestro said before, loves to instill fear.
I think in the comics, the yellow is weak to blue.
I don't remember the
How many
table.
lantern colours are there?
One per
yeah.
color of a rainbow, Dwibs.
Yeah.
So 7 in total, plus white and black representing life and death.
The purple lantern poisons everybody.
No. The Purple Lantern's all about love.
But like I said, in their own special way.
Fun fact, the biggest member of the Green Lantern Corps is actually a living planet itself.
Yeah, like I mentioned before. The one will be eventually the Sinestro Corps, the Anti-Monitor, but that's a huge story for another time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you bloody idiots. Just look at the guy and his name and everything, and his tactics and all, you bloody idiots.
To be fair, as far as they know, the word Sinestro doesn't mean what it means to us.
But they heard about his tactics, they kept telling him off for it.
Well, yeah, that, but they thought he was just going extreme and
Oh.
Saidia, Arisia, what are you doing? Oh, right.
oh.
Alright, everyone. Now either give me your power or I'll blow this whole fucking station up.
Pretty much.
No, you bloody morons. He's gonna zap you.
Well, what else can we do? We have to fight. Dang, he just gave him the toss. Shame Tomar's dead, though. He's one of the more iconic Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, is it sad that I kind of agree with him regarding what we should do regarding the Guardians? I mean, more like shut their mouths and all that. Oh.
Yeah. We'll reverse vacuum him to death.
Oh no, shitty CGI effects. Oh, my one weakness.
Ah, not so.
But you said they ran out of power. How's the ring gonna work?
Oh, that one's not out of power yet.
Not to mention, like, it's the last chance that we have.
That is one heck of an incentive.
Yeah.
Thanks. Saved by the squirrel.
Ah,
Sorry.
did you really think just throwing us into space was gonna deflect us?
Maybe. But I suppose I will have to be more efficient. Now can I finally just get this ring back?
No.
Tag. I'm okay.
No, you're not.
I'm okay
Also,
physically.
just how strong are you?
I'll lift.
Do you even live, bro?
Guess they have you do that at the Air Force. Hello.
Oh no.
That ain't good. Okay, Dwibs, you want to see what happens when they mix the cores? So get ready.
I'm crossing the beam.
Pretty much. Huh. Hey, the Guardians can learn to help properly.
Again, it took him a while.
Also,
I
just
guess.
say to that those screams that you're hearing are not just casual. Oh shit.
Oh, come on! That was in poor taste, man. Wait, that's right. He's the bad guy.
Ah!
It's raining lanterns, hallelujah.
Eh?
Oh.
Yeah.
If one more person dies in this movie, this will turn into a 15 rated film, and we can't have that. Surprised you got that, Jova, considering our rating system's different to yours.
Yeah, I am familiar with how certain rating systems work. So if you base it on how many people die in the movie.
It depends.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess that's one of the variables. All right, Hal. No biggie. You just gotta find a way to recharge the entire Green Lantern Corps.
Kiss it? No.
Mm.
Okay, there weren't that. Oh yeah, they all fell to their deaths.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. These are all coming from all across the galaxy, which means that lanterns across the galaxy are also losing their rings.
Off screen. Very good. All of those are off screen deaths.
Well, okay, technically they're not dead. For all we know, they just lost their rings.
Yeah,
and the rings are just coming back.
No, remember the clause of only if they die, the ring returns to the central core battery.
Oh crap, that's right.
Space and that. Oh.
Up. Can't swear, Hal. We wouldn't want to get the age rating up.
Ow. Yeah, stick your ring in it.
Might as well.
What else are you gonna do?
That may hurt a bit. Unlimited power!
We haven't gathered them up yet. Shouldn't you lose your outfits?
Yeah, that too.
I
never liked you.
What a dick. So
Praise the sun! The
green
great,
sun.
glorious sun!
Well, I don't know why you're so worried. Yours is more powerful than his anyway. So.
Yes, well, it has an advantage, Dreams, but what if the entire embodiment of the Green Lantern core battery gets embodied into a person? That's a big difference.
This is one way to overcome the weakness to the Yellow Lantern of fear.
This is also
a heck of a load of willpower.
This is also tied to the fact that each of the spectrum, the color spectrum, are associated with one sort of spirit attached to them. In the case of the Yellow Lanterns, it's a giant space bug called Parallax. Yes, that thing from the movie, that was supposed to be a giant space bug.
Yeah, instead they changed it to being one of the Guardians gone corrupted rogue.
Honestly, guys, I barely remember that film.
Good.
So yeah, Hal has pretty much now assumed the entire living embodiment of the green energy, which means now it's time for round 2.
Zappy.
Oh jeez.
And then a ring falls into.
This really is like DBZ.
And then one of the rings falls into the oldest hands. It's like, damn it, he killed someone.
It's hard to see from here. We should really get monitors for these kinds of battles.
Why don't we just fly? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And shot.
Whoa! Yeah, it's like a golf ball.
Pretty much.
And now a baseball bat.
Oh no, more like tennis, I think. Off into the
No,
rings,
There's the
Saturn.
big mallet.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn it, I wanted to see him use the mallet.
You're no fun, Sinestro. I'll give him one thing. He's determined.
Oh, he said the B word.
Oh, ho ho.
Bastard.
I see Sinestro has quite a mouth on him.
So look at these dweebs. He pulls up the 2 moons of Saturn for this.
Saturn.
Yeah.
And now
Hal, not for
Savior,
nothing, but
I
it probably
shall
caused a lot of
squish
planetary
you.
damage. Sinestro, you haven't noticed that until now? Seriously,
Yeah,
you're a
just
shitty
fly
villain.
Away.
He thought he had him. But not so.
Boop.
Congratulations, you've blown up Saturn.
Whee. Oh shit.
Wow, he does not give up.
I have the higher ground.
Dang! He's gonna amputate it.
Yeah, Sinestro has his own sense of humor.
Allow me to make you eat your words! Well, crap. This is for framing me for murder. This is for mocking me. And this is just for being a dick.
If that drove it, one punch isn't enough for his dickiness.
Exactly why I said that while he was giving him multiple punches.
Oh, these really is 3D BCG.
Wow, he's really giving it to Sinestro. Wow.
And now he's Wolverine?
Yes.
Uh-oh. One last charge attack!
Unibeam!
Oh my god. That pretty much is the Unibeam. Hey, look, a shooting star! Make a wish!
I wish we got a better live action Green Lantern movie.
Yeah,
I wish for world peace.
Or squish it.
Yeah, that works too.
Oh! Ow.
Why has he still got his armor on, though?
Yeah, I guess the ring didn't want to leave him completely nude and humiliated.
Oh no.
Metaphor.
Jordan, he's an alien. He doesn't understand what a parachute is.
Oh yeah, you've got the others. Fan. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm your biggest fan.
It's fantastic. Freaking fantastic.
Ha, fantastic.
Yay, Kilowog got to do stuff.
By the way, we have sentenced Sinestro to not only life in prison, but we have cut off both his hands.
That would be
Be
effective,
careful.
actually.
Oh, and his feet, in case he gets any ideas.
A toe ring.
Yeah.
That leaves another place with.
Oh God, are we gonna cut off that too?
Yes.
Might as well.
Yes, I mean, we can't let him procreate. He's evil.
Wow, the things we do. Who we are ever so sorry for being a dick to.
Oh. So Hal, how are you gonna explain this to the people back on Earth? Oh yeah, the
Well,
mantra.
I got this really cool ring from the flea market.
Beware my Panther power, Green Lantern's light.
Beware my power. That sounds like something the bad guys would say.
Well, it is a police force still, so.
Yeah, Carol's probably worried sick about you. Would sure be a shame if something bad happened to her regarding the
What
Lantern
happened to
Corps.
Sinestro?
They probably locked him up. Or maybe there's an after credits scene that shows that.
Well, in the meantime, final thoughts, I suppose. Dweebs, since you're the least knowledgeable about the mythos and your only experience was mostly the live action movie with Ryan Reynolds, what do you think of this as an alternate take on an origin story? Mm-hmm.
Animation Intern, interesting title.
Well, it's like I told you, Dwibs. This is a movie that's made so that you don't have to be a comic book expert to get into the know-how stuff.
Granted, there are a couple of things that are a bit odd, like that random girl who somehow, after Trisha Helfer's character dies, she, I don't even know her freaking name.
She's a background character. It's like, I mean, you don't have to know her name. Heck, even if you're a comic book fan, you may not know her name.
She has, in the comic book she does things, but she's not like always in the foreground anyway. But yeah, I kind of agree that her betrayal in this movie feels a bit random. I kind of had the suspicion Bruce Timm may be behind that.
I mean, okay. On the one hand, I guess I can't really be offended for her character or anything, since it doesn't sound like she had that much of a character. And I'll admit, it was a nice surprise, and I could definitely see it. I guess what it could have used was maybe a bit more hinting to. But aside from that, I feel like, well, it's not like it necessarily contradicted anything.
Yeah,
But anyway, go on, Dave.
That's about it, really. I liked it.
Alright, I'll go next. Yeah, this is really enjoyable, honestly. Again, a decent take on Hal Jordan's origin story. I guess the major thing was that this goes the opposite way from the live action movie. We never get to see what happened to the people on Earth and everything, or if Hal had any supporting character or friends that were worried about him. But to be honest, all of this, as Hal said, happens during the course of an entire day on Earth Day. So I guess it's a bit more justifiable in that kind of sense. No, the other thing that I want to commend instead on this movie, instead of criticizing, is actually how violent it is. Even for the standard of the DC animated universe, canon, whatever it is, it's surprisingly doesn't pull its punches. And I really like that. It showcases how brutal this position is, but it still doesn't forget how to do everything else tied to, the fun that is having a space opera tied to the mythos of the Green Lantern. So that's nice enough. And I'm afraid, Weaves, that Sinestro just being imprisoned off screen. Sorry.
Oh, so I can just assume he escaped or something.
No, let's just assume he was in prison, seeing as how the ring was shattered. His hand was freaking
That's what I choose to
broken.
believe. He was not only in prison, but had all his limbs and his dick cut off. So there was no possibility he could wear the ring again.
But
You have to wonder who's the real cruel one.
another thing we need to cut off, his nose.
Oh God, right. Wait, does this mean we have to cut off his ears too
Yeah,
for
and his
earrings?
Yeah, we cut off everything you could possibly wear a ring on.
Java.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, this is my first time in a while, if I've ever seen this movie before. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this movie. I did like some of the twists here and there, and while Sinestro is kind of not that subtle as a villain, it is interesting seeing his rise to being the leader of the Sinestro Corps here and there. Like, as opposed to the movie that, just had him being a noble dick of sorts, and then all of a sudden becoming a bad guy out of nowhere. Here we see Morris transition, and like any good bad guy, you can see sort of the reason for some of his actions. What you don't agree with is how he carries out them, though, and to the extent he does that. I do like a lot of the twists here. I like how Hal gets to know Kilowog here. Kind of a shame they killed off Tomar, quite possibly one of the other better known of the Green Lantern Corps, but I'll admit this movie can be pretty brutal, and like Tia said, does not pull any punches, which honestly, for the most part, works out well. It manages to do it without coming off as too gruesome, just for the heck of it. The story definitely feels well plotted out here, and yeah, while it is a bit of a shame that we didn't get to see more stuff on Earth, I can see why for an origin with Green Lantern we focus more on the space stuff, since, that's first and foremost the priority of the Green Lantern Corps, go figure. And I enjoyed it. The action is definitely well scripted, as I would expect out of a superhero movie. The writing is pretty good. I love how lavishly evil Sinestro can be, how nonchalant he can be. I love how witty Hal Jordan can be. I think Hal Jordan is at his best when he's just the right balance of creative and full of willpower here. He's at his worst when he's kind of a buffoon who kind of sucks at either of the two. But yeah, this definitely used him to his strengths here. So yeah, I appreciate that pretty well. The supporting cast were pretty good. I'll admit, I actually kind of dug the shock factor with Boudica here. Like, it did feel like a twist that does work and wasn't just done for shock value here, and it did give us another great fight scene. And also, it's always nice to see anything where the Guardians have to eat crow for them. Like, God, do the Guardians get humiliated quite a bit in this movie, which is always a delight to see and show that they can learn and can be good guys. Shame their hands have to be forced in that, but I digress. And it all culminates into one of the most climactic battles I've ever seen involving Green Lantern. Like, they definitely go all out for the final climax. And I enjoy the movie all the more for it. So yeah, this was Green Lantern First Flight, and it was yet again another stellar DC animated movie.
Well, not a sequel. There is another Green Lantern animated movie called Emerald Knights, though it doesn't have anything to do with with the same story with the same name from the comics. But I haven't seen it yet, actually.
Well, tune in for the next thing DC related that we do.
Yeah, I guess either Superman Doomsday or something else anyway.
And maybe we'll get to commentate on the upcoming DC animated movie, Superman Red Sun.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Is it like one a year?
One or two a year.
Yeah.
They usually have a lot of different teams working on them each.
Well, I'm guessing
Alright,
they're rather relatively cheap to make.
That too.
They're short, is what they are.
Alright, see ya.
See you next time.